For question 5, we're given that, so 5.1, the point P and square root of 3 lies in the Cartesian plane. Determine the coordinates of the image of point P if P is rotated about 90 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction. So P here is rotated about the origin through 90 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction. So this is 2 and about 1.73, the square root of 3. So that puts us about somewhere there. And for 5.1, so the point here is 2 square root of 3. After the rotation here, what we're going to have is that with x and y, this is going to be minus y and x. A rotation through 90 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction. This is square root of 3 and 2. Five point 2 says here that the graph of h of x is equal to a to the x is sketched below. Right. A is given by minus 1 and 1 over 2. And this is a point on the graph of h. 5.2.1 substantiate why the coordinates of q, the y-intercept of h are 0 and 1. All right, so looking at 5.2.1, we're given that h of x is equal to a to the x. Right, then for the y-intercept here, that means that the x value is 0. So h of 0 here is equal to a to the 0, and that's equal to 1. And q is essentially just 0 and 1 for the intercept. And 5.2.2 here says to calculate the value of a. Right, so we have our h of x, which is equal to a to the x. But the 2 points that we were given here are for point A, this capital letter A, that's minus 1 over 2, and a to the minus 1. Therefore, the value of a here is equal to 2, which means that h of x is equal to 2 to the x. And then for 5.2.3, write down the equation of the inverse function h inverse in the form y. So 5.2.3, you want to find the inverse of the function. So for h inverse, we'll consider y is equal to 2 to the x, and this is x is equal to 2 to the y. By using logarithms, y is therefore equal to log x base 2. And we want to now read off from So 5.2.4 wants us to draw a sketch of H inverse, indicating the coordinates of 2 points that lie on this graph. So we can use both A and Q, right, since they're now going to be switched around for the inverse graph. Right, so for 5.2.4, H of X look like that, and a reflection about Y is equal to this line here, a rotation through that. That's going to produce a graph that looks like that. This is our H inverse. This point here, that was 0 and 1, meaning that this is now 1 and 0. And we also had point A, which was -1 and 1/2. So what that means for us is that we'll have 1/2 and -1. And 5.2.5 here says to read off from your graph the values of x for which log x base 2 is greater than -1. So essentially where the inverse is greater than -1. So we want to look at the function and state where it's going to be greater than that value of -1. And the function here is going to be greater than -1 here if x is greater than 1/2. You can answer that